to A Well-Designed Business. My name is Luann Nigara, and I'm so glad you found this podcast. Together with my husband Vince and our partner Bill, we have grown our company WindowWorks from the ground up. So I know and I understand the challenges you face in running your interior design business. I also know that your talent alone isn't enough to ensure your success. So on this podcast, we talk about strategies and practical steps to help you grow your business. But make no mistake about it, we have our share of fun here too, mixed in with those aha moments that I love so much. This isn't fluff. Nobody has time for that. Whether you are a new interior designer or a seasoned designer, I am here to help you create and to manage the kind of interior design firm that you dream of. It's straight talk and it's action. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hi, welcome to A Well-Designed Business. In today's sponsored show, I'm delighted to be talking with William Kauker and Dawn DiGregorio of MrSteam. Dawn has been with MrSteam for more than 25 years, leading everything from product development to customer service to operations to sales. She is someone who has built her entire career around this one experience. And William comes from a background of building and positioning some of the world's biggest consumer brands. The question he asks every company he partners with is, why do you put your pants on in the morning? When he asked that of MrSteam, the answer he kept hearing was, we feel good when we make people feel good. And that answer has shaped everything. And that's why MrSteam calls itself Feel Good Inc. Isn't that cool? Now, something I find compelling about MrSteam is what they are not. They do not make faucets or tile or plumbing fixtures. They make steam showers and saunas. And that's it. Over a century of focusing on one experience. So when a designer like you calls them with a question, that you are talking to people who have spent their entire careers on this specific thing. And you already know that wellness-focused design is everywhere right now. Everyone is talking about it. On the show 4 or 5 years ago, the experts were talking about it. And now, you can't look at a TikTok or a reel without seeing something about it, right? But there is a difference between knowing that and knowing how to specify it and to present it, to offer it, and to sell it to your clients. As you listen to today's conversation, pay attention to the language William and Dawn are using. Performance, recovery, optimization. This is not, a trend about let's call it avocado gold and harvest green or whatever those were, right? This is the kind of trend that changes how our industry works, how you position yourself, and how you have conversations with your clients. And I hope that you pay attention because I believe these things to be true right now in this time. Now, let me introduce William and Dawn to you. I am super excited to have a couple of friends from MrSteam here with me today. Hi, Dawn. Hi, William. Thanks for joining me on the podcast.
Hi, Luann. It's nice to be here. We're super excited.
Hi, Luann. It's so fun to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we've had a little bit of fun off air. I think me and William more than Dawn, but we're okay.
Yeah. Getting the groundwork set for this. We're excited.
That's it. All right. We got to start at the beginning. Because I, over the last month or so, have learned a lot about MrSteam, but I don't know if all the designers listening to us do. So, let's start with the basics. Like, who is MrSteam and why do I want to care about them?
I'll take that one, Bill. MrSteam, we have been around since 1917, believe it or not. That's a really long time. For us, what that really means is, steam, we are steam. It's in our DNA. Everything we do is steam. We began making steam irons for the New York fashion industry, and a century later, we're still here. Boiling water. Nobody knows steam like MrSteam. We truly believe that that's what makes us different in this category. We don't make faucets, tile, or plumbing fixtures. We make steam showers and now saunas too. And when designers call with questions, how-to questions and the like, they're talking to people who have spent their entire careers on this one experience. Mm-hmm. And in 2026, that matters more than ever because the conversation has shifted. It used to be about spa and luxury. And today it's much more about wellness and how people want to feel in their everyday lives.
Okay, so that's interesting because that just took a turn for me that I didn't necessarily expect. So we've got steam shower and steam sauna, right, Dawn?
Yes.
Okay. And so, yes, that does sort of bring luxury to mind, right? Like, we've all been in those clients' homes that have these beautiful things, but you just used the words performance and recovery. And I have to say, as I've been on your website the last couple of times, I'm seeing you guys leaning into that. So, what does that mean?
Well, let me say a couple things first. Years ago when we were looking at the company and the brand and what we were all about, and we realized everything we do is about making people feel good. And
Mm.
that was a part of the whole reason for being. And so from that is where Mr. Steam became Feel Good Incorporated. And
Feel
from
Good
that,
Incorporated. That's your
yeah, that's
tagline.
our tagline.
I
So
love that.
everything we have this thing where we say, we feel good when you feel good,
Mm.
and that's making people feel good is everything we do. And so, from that, years ago, that allowed Mr. Steam to not just be a company making steam products, but it's actually a wellness company, completely a wellness company. The products we make, yeah, wellness was not just that.
Yeah.
Now it became like our reason for being, and everything we did was about wellness. The products we make were about wellness. So, from every experience and the health benefits to the total well-being, as we say nowadays. So now we're in this place where, we've developed this position of performance and recovery because we're meeting people where they are. They're now asking for wellness in their lives and not just going to the gym wellness now. It's, I want it at my house.
Yeah. Well, and let me back up for a second. So, what you guys are explaining to me is that even though in the last, I would tell you, I've been doing the podcast 10 years at this point, right? And I would tell you it's in the last 3 to 5 that phrase wellness has come into the conversations. The first 4 to 5 years, I don't think we said it 3 times, right? But what I'm hearing from both you, William and Dawn, is that Mr. Steam is built on wellness to begin with before it was a catchphrase, a tag word, or something that the industry was leaning into. That's why you are a company, it sounds like.
Absolutely correct. Performance and recovery, which is a new term we've been using, is really to define the space in regards to wellness as the reason.
Mm.
We're talking about a real shift in how clients think about, their lives and how designers are thinking about bathrooms or the home or overall. Steam and sauna are not add-ons anymore. For active, healthy-minded homeowners, they're becoming a functional part of how they take care of themselves, their bodies, and we want to be able to support that. But yeah, we've been talking about wellness since as long as I can remember.
And I
That's for
learned you were
sure.
with the company 26 years. So this
That's
has been a
oh
conversation
yeah,
at Mr. Steam for that long or longer.
that's correct.
Okay.
It's more than luxury, and it really is a different conversation with wellness these days.
So what it sounds like is the industry caught up, and the industry, both from driven by consumers but also driven by designers, and understanding finally very clearly their value as a designer and being able to create wellness in their designs for their clients, and now actively explaining it. So that's what's happening in the industry now. We've got biophilic design, we have wellness design, we have all these things, and with that trend becoming front and center, where you guys have been about it forever, but now it becoming front and center, when we hear the words performance and recovery, what you're saying is this is now the language that the consumer is asking for in the next level. I just don't want to sit in a sauna and feel good. I want it to impact my performance and recovery. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
hearing?
people are using, they're not just saying I want a beautiful bathroom anymore.
Mm.
They're saying I want to change my life. I want my home to make me perform better in my life.
Okay.
So that's why, we actually have designers creating performance and recovery suites now. They're transforming spaces in their home to make these complete, not only workout spaces, but like home spa. And it's become, people are leaning in on and taking control of their lives and their health, and is driving it. And they want to not only feel better, but they want to do better. So so I'm a golfer. I want to be flexible and stronger, and I use steam and sauna to perform better on the course. And then after I had a hard round, I come home to it and I recover from it.
Mm.
And so it used to be your body takes a couple of days to recover, but with steam and sauna now, oh my God, I'm recovering in hours, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know what's interesting about this? My own experience, right? So I've always been an athlete. I've always exercised, always, ridden bikes and ran, triathlons and, swam laps and all the things. Now, when I go to do laps and I would go to yoga classes, I needed to go to my gym for that. I would tell you for 30 years, 25 years doing that, I don't think I went into the sauna or the steam 3 times,
Oh,
okay?
wow.
Oh, shame
Because
on
but
you.
here's the thing, because and what here's the contrast. Now I had walked away from the gym for a while, was just doing exercise at home and stuff. But January of this year, I was like, "Girl, you gotta go back. You gotta lift weights now, and you're not doing it at home. You have all the stuff, but you're not doing it. So you gotta walk in the building and do the things, right?" But you know what's interesting? Even before I met you guys as sponsors, going back to like December, January, I started reading the actual physiological benefits of sauna and steam. I'm going to tell you, as a 63-year-old person, my previous thought was it's just a thing you do if you don't have to go to work after your workout, like you're going to kill time at the gym. And now I don't want to go to the gym, but you know what I say? But unless you actually go to the gym, you don't get into the sauna or the steam. And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
another part of the puzzle in feeling good. And that's what you're
Yeah.
saying. I'm
And there's
like
a
Yeah.
lot of,
literally the guinea pig out here.
The
there's a,
benefits of steam are, they go back, they're as old as time as well. They thousands of years. It really was one of the first medicines that people use, and it's beneficial to your hair, your skin, your breathing. The list goes on and on. I think
Wow.
we have a 40 plus benefits of steam. Um, and when people start to recognize and feel it, experience it firsthand, it really becomes a pivotal part of their workout performance and recovery
yeah.
routine.
And I think, Don, on top of that, like people always said, oh, the steam room or the sauna, that's at my health club or at my spa that I go in the resort. And they didn't know they could do it every day in their
Right.
house,
Or
Yeah.
that
you
you
know,
should. That's the aha I had in the last 6 or 8 months. It was like, to me, it was a thing that, you know, people who go to the gym that, from the gym they'll be there for 3 hours and they're going to have lunch and then they're going to meet their friends for shopping. Like it wasn't, but now I'm like, and I could see if I were the target ideal client for the designer in our audience listening, yeah, build me that thing in my house because I don't want to go to the gym for it, right? But that's what you're finding. You guys in the industry, Mr. Steam is here telling designers that if you're not talking about it, your clients are now just like Luann reading about it. And it's not just a nice thing to do, it's another pillar in their health journey. And the affluent clients will build it into their home. That's what you're finding. That's what I'm trying to
oh, for
get to,
sure. We
right?
see it all the time that
Yes.
designers are now, we always say steam is not an add-on, it's a must-have. And that's actually
Mm,
coming from their clients. And the designers that are thinking about not only the beautiful space, but thinking about their clients on a physical and emotional level, like they're tapping into something that will bind them to a client forever and find new clients. Because it's like you can buy a product, but if unless you feel like how it really impacts your life,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just a product.
And so, for the designer listening that's intrigued and maybe is already aware of the information and the data, isn't late to the party like I have been, you know, the consumer, the ideal client that you're finding is resonating with this is what? Am I making the right assumptions? Affluent, they're probably in their maybe they used to be athletes like me. They're 60 and they still live in the heyday in their brain. Like, talk to me about who it helps.
Sure. It's definitely the client we picture most clearly is active, health conscious, goal oriented. It might be a golfer, tennis player, pickleball, someone who works with a trainer, simply comes, someone who's very aware of how they feel or how they want to perform on and off their chosen activities. Um, these are the clients who also are already investing in their well-being. So steam
Mm.
and sauna fit naturally into how they're already living. It really is. It just enhances their overall well-being.
So when an interior designer has a target client that fits this criteria, that consumer might be saying, I already know this is a benefit. I want it built in when we do my bath. But I'm also thinking there's probably people like me that don't recognize it, but maybe in the intake form, they're raised like, hey, this is a person who identifies as an athlete, or this is a person who does pickleball and tennis or golf. And so it's up to the designer to say, did you know that this will be good for you? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or even, did you know that you could have this at home?
Right. Right. That's what I
And
mean. Have it in your home.
yeah,
Exactly.
and in the existing bathroom space. So, when people think steam room, like when you go into a steam room at the gym,
Yeah.
you go into a room that's specifically for that, and then the shower is separate. You don't realize that it doesn't take an additional space within the home. It can be built into an existing bathroom.
Oh.
It has to be when it's being remodeled, the walls are open, sure, but it takes up the same amount of space. You don't necessarily need this additional space. So clients may come in and they're not exactly sure what they're looking for. They know that they want a beautiful bathroom, and that's when the designer could step in and say, hey, once they know, they're into pickleball or whatever their chosen activity may be, they can help them to realize what's possible
Yeah.
with really bringing wellness into the home.
Designers, when they connect with the client's life, and then they bring their space design to it, but always coming from that perspective originally. I mean, I remember my brother, who was, he's a outdoor guy likes to mountain bike and all these things, and he was about to do a remodel, and he was interested in steam, and he had every ability to get it done, but he let his designer and his contractor talk him out of it. And he wasn't adamant about it enough to say, no, this has to be part of my life.
Oh,
And I think
wow.
back then, I don't think even wellness was a big, as driving
Right.
our total, consciousness as a society like it is
Right.
now.
Right.
But even then, so I bring it up more because they were so close. Like if you're going to do a beautiful shower remodel, it's 2 feet more to bring the glass to the roof. It's a little more
Yeah.
tile,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just so simple. And we always say, if you can, there's the logistics of it, or the actual parts of it are so simple,
Mm.
but people don't know that. And designers think, oh, it's scary and more, but it's really not that much more.
And
Actually, I should say contractors say that more than designers.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Right.
that I think is correct. The
Yeah.
contractors are more, they feel that it's complicated, and I think what we've done, our website really has just a wealth of information, lots of information. We tried to become the 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 one-stop all for education on steam, and we've really tried to simplify that whole process. But it is one of the biggest misconceptions that we've been trying to change since probably
Yeah.
2012, where we really said, okay, let's focus on the education and show everybody just how simple it truly could be. So if you could specify a hot water heater, you can understand a steam generator. It really is as simple as that. Water goes in, steam comes out. The moving parts are, more familiar than people think. The room size, the wall materials, electrical, plumbing, fixtures, they're all the same. The designers are already doing all of that. It's in every bathroom. It's just a few extra steps, and steam adds, the benefits are immense that you get just from that little bit of extra.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Now,
the fact that designers are already doing it, they just don't know they're doing it, or they didn't think.
Exactly.
It's a huge part.
so the question I have is, you were mentioning, the walls have to be open, right? We're not just, whatever, but steam shower is not the same thing as having this. Am I right or wrong? Because I know enough to be dangerous, okay, from reading the website. So is a steam shower the same thing? That's not the same thing,
It's the
right?
same shower. It's the
It's the
same
same
enclosure.
shower, but there's a
Yeah.
different thing that's happening,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Or
it's
no,
Yeah.
is it?
transformative. We always say it transforms homes and homeowners. It's
Well,
like,
yes.
yeah.
I,
As a
I
marketing guy, of course, I'm going to do the tagline
Okay.
So
thing.
when
But
you
yeah,
say it's a different thing, it is. There's a steam head in the room where the steam is coming out. There's a generator either in a vanity, could be in an attic, as long as it's temperature controlled. Any temperature controlled space up to 60 feet away from the shower, and
Okay.
then within the shower you have a steam control and a steam head. So it's steam controlled, turn it on. You have something as simple as just pressing a button to turn it on, or we have, fully touch screen, something more that resembles a smartphone and all the
Okay.
abilities of that. And then put choose your settings, and then the steam enters the room through the steam head. Um,
I'm getting it. So
Shower
in
is
other
after.
words, there's
Same
certain
room,
roughing.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain roughing and there's certain things that I have to do from a specification process, but I can take a shower from the thing or I can get a steam thing from the thing.
Different outlets, but yes, within the
Yes.
same room.
Right. And
Yeah.
that's where William was talking about
yeah.
bringing the glass to the top and the tile to the
Correct.
top so it's not escaping. Okay. Now, are there things like I can use stone, I can only use ceramic. Like I'm again, I know enough to be dangerous, my friends,
Yeah, I
but the
mean, that's
designers
Uh,
listening know the difference. So
Absolutely. And the materials certainly matter. It takes a lot longer for the natural stone to heat up than it would tile or acrylic. So we have a wonderful tool on the website. We call it the virtual spa,
mm,
and it takes what can feel like a complicated process, and it really turns it into a guided conversation. A few simple steps. We call it the pathway to steam because it walks a designer through the decisions they need to make anyway, just in the right order.
oh, that's
So
helpful.
you're looking at dimensions, wall materials, electrical considerations, and the comfort features like aromatherapy, chromotherapy, music therapy,
Oh,
and
wow.
even accessories like towel warmers too, which can enhance the experience. So you follow through the virtual spa, and at the end, you have a complete specification, a list. You could share it with clients. You could email it. You could print it. You could bring it to a contractor, into a showroom. It even asks the question, what materials on the wall. So basically, length, width, height of the room, and then the materials, and that all
mhm.
goes into to what size is the generator. So yeah, the materials certainly matter.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll add one thing, Don. We have this. Don knows about this. We have this video that shows the difference between a ceramic tile and a stone tile, and we put like a tea light underneath each one and a chocolate kiss on
Yeah.
top. And it's a video on our website. You can find it, but you can see really demonstrated really quickly that the the ceramic tile heats faster, so the chocolate melts faster, and it
Ah,
takes longer for that. And it's a really great demonstration on, because that then translates to what size generator you choose. So, and
okay.
right
So it's
away
not
in our,
that stone can't be used, but you might
yeah,
need a more
you just
powerful
need a little more
generator and
bigger.
you have your expectations have to be
Yeah,
set.
Exactly.
exactly. So it's a really quick demonstration on, like, so I know the difference. My space is a 6 by 6 by 7 feet, whatever, and it's natural stone. Oh, I'm going to need a bigger generator for that same space that I need for a ceramic. And that's right there on our little tool that we have on
Yeah,
the website, the virtual spa.
there's no guesswork. It's you put in length, width, height, materials, and we then let you know which generator size would be best for that size room. And
Okay.
if there's anything that's special, higher ceiling than usual, we have contact information where you could just give us a call and we'll spec it out for you.
Okay. Now, one thing that you mentioned, Dawn, was that it doesn't need its own room. And I was picturing that. I'm thinking, okay, so the super wealthy, instead of having an office in their house now, maybe they'll have this steam sauna space.
So the
But it's
sauna it would be that way.
the sauna is
Sauna
that
would
way.
have a separate room, but steam
Okay.
goes into an existing bathroom space.
Okay. So if I've got a shower space that's like 3 feet by 5 feet, if I'm going to
Yeah,
open walls, I can make that a steam shower.
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean,
You'd
they
have
Interesting.
to
can.
like I said, the generator would have to live anywhere up to 60 feet away from that shower, as long as it's in a temperature controlled area. The door would have to be brought up to the
Yeah,
ceiling.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So there are some things if you're doing a reno that you got to think about. But if you're
Yes.
building from scratch and you do the virtual tool, spa tool, you can figure it out what you need before you design the rest of the space.
Yeah, and you don't have to think you need this huge space. I mean, we've done them in guest bedroom, the right above the tub in a little
Three by
tiny
three.
space with a three by
Yeah.
three, and it has a fold down bench on one
Yeah.
side that we sell the bench
Ah.
to, a beautiful wood bench, and
Yeah.
and it's it's done in a guest bedroom. Like
You
it's
know, and
really
that's interesting because for the consumer that really is doing it to have it one more pillar in their wellness journey. Yeah, who cares where it is, right? That's
yeah,
like, let's go get, I just had a good workout or I had a good game of pickleball or whatever. Yeah, I could go to the bathroom for 20 minutes and get a steam, right? It's not like, throw the baby out with the bathwater. I can't have a
right.
spa in my house, so I'm not going to have it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, or even, you could, for the people that want to have both, like some people have for their guests when they're there, like, I can't believe you have a steam unit for me in my little guest bathroom. Uh,
Well, I mean, the things you
yeah,
do, you put out the
yeah.
strawberries and you build a steam
We
shower.
shows you care deeply. Yes.
Okay. We actually, I don't know. Most of us probably don't want our guests to think that this is a spa that
Yeah,
they're visiting and
yeah.
don't come
Especially
back
if
that
it's your
often.
mother-in-law. Oh, oh, and you don't want her to stay that long, but yeah.
That's awesome. That's so funny. Okay. All right. So now I guess if I just kind of recap this part of the conversation, right? It's understanding that Mr. Steam is built on this philosophy. Number one, this is not like, oh, by the way, we have a product and we can make an angle out of it. This is a core culture belief for your company. The industry is catching up. So for the designers that are actively designing for wellness and want to introduce the concept to their consumers, but be on the lookout that consumers are aware and looking for this, and it doesn't have to be this big intimidating thing, that with the virtual spa tool and with resources that you have on your website, the video and so forth, a designer can understand this does not have to feel intimidating or above their pay grade. Like this, you are making this easy and doable. Okay, that's all getting it through the selling process with the consumer, getting it through the contractor, getting it in the space. What happens? Is there anything that a designer needs to think about post install, or like that sort of thing that like maybe is going to bite me in the butt, or I just got to know to also set an expectation this way, or a relationship with the contractor that I have to have? Like, what does that look like?
So, one of the things that I think we do best is really our post installation support. We have an amazing customer service and technical
Ah.
service team. And support is a big part of the relationship because that's really where trust gets tested, right? So it's easy to look at, a project that's being specified. We don't just hand it off. We're here. We have a great team. We work from 7 a.m. Eastern time to 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Wow.
So they just give us a call and we can walk them through any questions or whatnot. The real question is what happens, 6 months later, right? If the client
Yeah.
has a question, we're here, and we have a great support team.
Yeah. Real live people, not
Yes,
bots.
yes,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
correct.
because if a designer hasn't previously specified this, I get it. I'm hearing you. It doesn't sound like it's a big mountain to climb. But I'm going to tell you, listen, I just relate to myself when I had to first start selling, motorized window treatments, and it was Somfy, and then it was Zigbee, and then it was Lutron. And your brain is just like, I know everybody's doing it, but like I don't want to be the one that sells it. And now there are the post installation questions, and I don't know what to do because, Dawn, you mentioned it and we laughed at it, but that is where a company is made or broken, is in that support post product. Because if I buy your stuff and
Mhm.
something, my client has a question or the contractor has a question, if I can't get that answered, what am I doing, right?
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's not only just the support from customer service and tech support, but it's also built in systemically to the products. Like we have
Mm.
systems to help maintain the units themselves. We have something called an auto flush that makes your generator cleans your generator after each session.
Oh.
So so that there's no
So you don't have to
water
think about
sitting.
it.
You think, yeah, you don't think
Exactly.
about maintenance because it extends the life of your by just having that system. So there's a lot of stuff that we think about before, and so I always look at, you don't worry about your water heater.
Right.
It's there. It's the
Yeah.
same. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You put it in, it works. We're good.
Yeah. Although, you're making me think of my husband. Twice a year he goes around. I don't know, maybe it's once a year. God help me when he's gone, right? But like once a year or twice a year, he goes to changes all the air filters, like for the heating and the air
Mhm.
conditioning system. And both of our grown daughters, he does it for their houses too.
Oh yeah.
He's like, change the filters in my house, coming over to your house to do it too. And they're like, thanks, Dad. And I look at my son-in-laws like, do you mind that he inserts himself? And they're like, heck no.
Oh yeah.
Can I get that number?
Right? He's like on his I don't know. I don't know if it's once a year, twice a year, but man alive, all of a sudden it's like this is the week we change the filters.
The man is driven with purpose and passion.
I just don't even know what's going to happen to me when he's gone. I said I wouldn't even bring the mail in when he's gone. I can tell you that. He went out of town one time for a week. He came back. He goes, "We got no mail." I'm like, "Oh, you get mail?" I'm like, "I didn't even walk over to the damn thing and put the key in." I'm like, "I don't do mail." And that's not an exaggeration. I am like, "Oh, I don't even have a key to the mailbox anymore."
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
whatever.
You're honoring each other's roles. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, I have other questions I want to ask you. About where designers can see it and how they can understand it. But before I do that, there was a line that you said, and I didn't know if you meant, Dawn, that it's built into the steam shower or not. But you were like, aromatherapy, music therapy. Are these other trades that come in that you integrate, or these are part of what you guys do?
This is all part of what we do. So these are accessories. So you start I'll talk a little bit back, take you back to the virtual spa conversation. So first thing we need are the measurements, wall materials. We'll provide the generator size. Then we'll take you through control selection. And we have an array of controls anywhere, good, better, best, Bentley, as as Joe says. So something where it's as simple as just touching the button, it turns on, swipe of a finger to set the temperature, and then you just sit and relax. So it starts from there, and then we kind of gradually build our way up to top of the line where you can add all the bells and whistles: aromatherapy, chromotherapy, which is the mood lighting system, music therapy. You can connect to Spotify or any other streaming music programs that they have available in apps. You can watch Netflix
Oh my gosh.
in the shower.
The thing that's so great, I just want to jump in to kind of talk about how it works. We have let's say our controls run the system. So the aromatherapy system is an aroma flow pump. So what it does is you push a button and it infuses aroma oil into the steam line.
Wow.
So it comes right on out through the steam head so you're breathing in these beautiful lavender or whatever it is. You have a bunch of different scents as well. And so all at a touch of a button. And also if you just want to do it by hand with a little oil in your hand, you can drop a couple drops right on top of the steam head in the shower itself.
Oh.
Every one of our steam heads has an aromatherapy well. So if you have the control that you just want, something simple, you hit the button, it turns on, none of the bells and whistles built into it, you still have the option of the aromatherapy well. So it's nice to have.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great little drop of the button. And then the chroma lighting is actually built in like a ceiling light. We recommend that you have a chroma lighting for your mood and like just a regular recessed light for your general lighting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just also controlled by one of our iSteam X, and it's like 1,000 different colors. You can put it on different modes, and there's like disco mode, and you can take you through all these different colors.
I was thinking relaxing mode, but
Yeah.
no,
They do
now
have
that.
We have that as well.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, now I'm going to take my grandchildren in. We're going to dance in the steam shower.
Yeah. And then we manufacture audio speakers and audio system that runs off of Bluetooth that you can put, and it's made for warm, wet environments. So a
Wow.
speaker in there. A lot of people put one in the steam shower or in your shower space, and then one in the bathroom, so you can be listening to beautiful music or a
Yeah,
podcast,
we could
whatever
get the
you're
lights
into.
going, we get the
Yeah,
music going.
you'll never leave. Yeah.
Bill's listening to heavy metal.
Oh no, I'm not a heavy metal guy.
Oh my
Heavy
God, that's so
country. Yeah,
Heavy country.
heavy,
if there's
heavy
such a thing.
country. Well, that actually enhances the experience greatly.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
right? You
It
know,
brings it all together.
yeah. I
I
mean,
th-
and I'm making a joke, but like I also I could see using it to relax, but I also could see like, okay, it's raining, everybody get in the shower. Let's put the music on, let's put the lights on, let's play for a half hour.
Yeah, I mean, Dawn probably listens to Rocky to get started in the morning every day.
right before the run.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
That's funny. All right. Now take me to how do I see it? Like, is it showrooms around? Is it like trade showrooms that I go to? Is it Mr. Steam showrooms? If I'm a designer and I'm like, I want to know more about seeing the product in the wild, right?
Show,
In life.
Showrooms are our first place that you can go see. We have a list on our website. You can go put in your zip code. It'll give you options of where you can go to see our displays, and some of our showrooms even have working steam. So that's where the connection really happens. It's where the idea of a beautiful home really becomes real for the client. So we always recommend, go to the showroom, see it, touch it, feel it. We have a host of different panels. Bill can certainly speak more to this and what's available in the showrooms. And then for designers, the showroom is valuable before and after the sale. It helps bring the wellness story and all the design decisions to life. And then after the project moves forward, it becomes a resource for any types of product questions. That's your first point of contact. Specification support and just follow through. So it's not a place it's not just a place where they can go and look at product on display. They become partners.
And are these proprietary Mr. Steam showrooms, or are they showrooms that have other appliances and other plumbing supplies and fixtures? I'm not clear on that distinction.
Other suppliers and products as well.
Kitchen and bath showrooms
Okay.
across the board. They have, everything from, appliances all the way to bathroom fixtures and all things and experiences.
So we just go and use a zip code locator, and it could be in a showroom that we've been patronizing, and we just didn't realize this Mr. Steam product was so fabulous and we needed to know about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we have find a dealer, near you, and you just put in your zip code. It'll take you right to the closest one.
Yeah, you could get to it from there's a link to it on every page of the website.
Okay, perfect. And then
and that's just a great thing.
Yeah,
it's just a great thing for designers to actually associate themselves with a showroom. Not going to they'll build their business that way as well, but they have key showroom people that understand the products. They've been we do a lot of training. We do product trainings for all our showroom people and our representatives for the company. So they are really the boots on the ground. They're in the field, and those people are trained by us, and so those showroom people can then connect with a designer and give them all the details and product specifications and all this stuff, so that they can lean in on our showrooms and become partners that would really accentuate.
Yeah, they're the ones that are really gonna, just like with the window treatments too. It's like a Lutron dealer is gonna really lean in and help you be successful, right? Same exact thing.
Yeah, I mean, their success is your success, so it's both
100%.
ways. Yeah,
100%. Now, I don't know a lot about the kitchen and bath. I'll call it the supply chain or the ordering process chain. I know in the furniture supply chain, there are pricing levels for how much volume you do. There, you can sometimes place direct to a trade account, but you can if you don't have X amount of volume. Is any of that something I need to even ask or wonder about? Like if I go into a showroom, maybe I've never supplied kitchen and bath before, or maybe I'm just loving this idea, and do I have to do a minimum buy? Do I have to have a minimum
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
Very,
None of that
yeah.
makes sense here, right? None of that
Nothing that
applies.
you'd have to worry about. You go to the showroom, and whether it's a volume buy or not, that if it is a volume buy, maybe at that point there's a different type of setup. But you most of it's actually a very common. Designers is a huge profile for us. It's one of our what we call our personas. So a lot of the designers we work with are doing a smaller number of high-end, high-touch projects each year, not placing weekly volume orders.
Gotcha.
So they would just go to the showroom, and they could walk them through the process easily. So
Okay.
the
Yeah, 'cause
relationship is built to support that kind of work.
yeah, we don't sell direct to the consumer. Our dealers are our everything. They're our biggest partners, and they understand our business, and they're passionate about our business and our
Okay.
products, and that's, we support them, and that's, a big
Makes
part of it.
sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense. I love it. Now, the other thing that goes through my mind is, it's funny because I know you guys know Veronica Miller from Design
Yeah.
House, right?
Yes.
Love
Yep. You guys just
Veronica.
did an
Yeah.
event with her last week. I'm
We had a
sorry I missed it. But I did an event with her in the winter in 26 at Clearwater. And interestingly, I got into a conversation with Lori Carpenter, and she is a
Okay.
designer in Arkansas. And what's funny is Lori and I didn't talk about Mr. Steam. Okay. You were not on my radar yet. But I'm just remembering a conversation because Lori is leaning into designing spaces that, the quote unquote aging in place,
hmm
but not just from like, I'll call it a functional standpoint. She was really explaining her passion to me about like, if I'm going to build somebody's new home and they're 50 or 55 or do a renovation when they're 50 or 55 or 60, yes, we're not necessarily wanting the grab bars and all the things because they
Mm-mm.
don't need it, but she is sourcing high end luxury items that don't look like, ADA compliant
Yeah.
things so that the homeowner in their 50s and 60s grows into it. So with this product, it occurred to me that the luxury designer is going to need this to be the same thing. Like all of the
Yeah.
bells and whistles and all the handles are going to have to be high end. Is that something you guys have
Oh yeah,
accounted for?
we don't get in that kind of fixtures, but our whole point is that, aging in place was something that was around years ago, and people kind of go ooh to it now. But I call it more like staying in place, because we're building,
Staying in place, right?
because we're building systems that will make you want to never leave your home. Like, why move out? It's funny because like you could be an empty nester, but that empty nest is now like a great space to build a home spa,
Right.
instead of the guest bedroom,
Yeah.
or the kids' room. So I mean, on that level, but and everything that we do, like we get back to our products, is about making people feel good and live longer, or that's the ultimate promise, maybe, but
Mm,
or just
yeah.
feel good every day, and then health and wellness. If you're already in that mindset, you will live longer, and
Mm.
you can
But what
stay in
about
place
that
then.
luxury component of it? Designing
Yeah.
so it looks beautiful. Are you guys thinking about that like luxury? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, because everything we do has, from the designer's perspective, is we try to align all our products with the designer finishes that are out there in the world. So if you have fixtures that are in, you know, polished brass or something, or whatever, all these different finishes, that we make our products so they are complementary in the
okay.
space. Yeah.
Right. So we're not going to walk in and find ugly knobs.
No, like
Oh no.
everything, that's a big
You know what
reason.
I'm saying. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, right? Like, because I don't care how
Uh,
beautiful and how wonderful it makes a client feel. If it's not going to look beautiful and wonderful, the
we
luxury designer is not going to go start ordering these things.
We absolutely agree. I think that's one of the other things that truly make us stand out. We really do pay keen attention
Mm.
to the design of the product, and I can tell you that that's probably the longest part of our product development process, is really making sure that the product is not only functional and long lasting, but also beautiful.
Good, good, good.
We
Because
start with
it
that.
stops, starts and stops
Absolutely,
there, right?
absolutely.
Okay. Now, say I'm listening, I'm loving this, it's new information for me. Are there things that I need to keep in mind? You guys have been doing this for, almost 40 years between the two of you. Are there watch out for this and make sure you think about that, or misconceptions or things I might think or say to a consumer that I don't know. What do I don't know? I don't know, I guess is what I'm asking.
I
I
th-
think,
Go ahead. I was just going to
my
say,
first idea. Sorry, Don. I'm so excited about this.
I
Oh.
know. They want to tell us all about the problems we could have, problems
No,
that
I
we
mean,
can
I think
avoid.
it's more like upfront, like know where you're going, like know what
Mm,
you want. Have a deep conversation with yourself about what you want from your space. Like, how do I want to feel, and then decide on the systems that work for you. That's mine.
and
Don? What's your thought?
I just wanted to say,
you
it's my
guys are
turn now,
fun.
Bill.
You guys are so funny.
Yeah, I would just say that we really do need to Steam. We need to be aware that Steam will be part of the project
Mm,
as soon as possible. It's
okay.
not something that could be an afterthought, right? Now we have products that we've created for, hey, I forgot to run the cable behind the wall, right? We have the Tempo Flex. That was the answer to that problem, which comes up more often than you would think. But if the plan is to spec Steam, it really has to be one of the first conversations.
Okay, so that's that could be the watch out for.
Yeah,
Don't bring it to the conversation 3/4 through the
yeah.
process. Talk about it early and with both the consumer and the contractor to make sure that we're making the right. Go through the virtual spa tool, figure out your
Hmm.
size, get what size generator you're going to need, know where the
Right.
generator's going to live, and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
because
Exactly.
you're planning for vapor back. You have to plan for what the substrates are behind the tile and everything as well. So,
Okay.
and running the tile through the ceiling and
Yeah.
enclosing the space and all those kind of things are considerations, but they're not huge add-ons, but they are part of the plan. So I do want to think, like, we have this great steam head called a linear steam head. It's one of these things you have to think about early because it's literally mounted between two 16-inch studs,
Mm.
and it has the steam comes out and through like a little between the grout line is this 16-inch steam line, and you can barely see it in your steam room. It's beautiful,
Wow.
and it just flows an even, beautiful flow of steam, and it's just luxury.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess this whole conversation, I don't know. I don't think I was picturing how does the steam get into the space. I just was picturing, I don't know, like this big gargantuan thing. Like
No, it's just,
I certainly wasn't picturing something along a grout line. I can tell you that.
yeah.
Something as elegant as that.
Yeah, and all our steam heads all have the designer finishes, and they complement everything and all the other features, and they're these beautiful, elegant little things that come out the wall, and they're mounted about 6 to 12 inches off the floor, and they're really unobtrusive, and
Yeah.
you know
That's awesome. One of the things that occurs to me is on this podcast for 10 years now, we've talked about how important it is for an interior designer to differentiate themselves. Do you find that you are noticing some of your design partners are using this whole aspect of Mr. Steam and all the things that it brings to a client's life as part of their differentiator?
Oh, I see it, because it just says that the designer is forward thinking in systems, not just the beauty, like I always say.
Mm.
They're actually
Hmm.
looking at, I mean, we're also doing things like, we have a shower valve. So you don't even have to have knobs anymore in your shower to control your shower head and your bathtub. You push a
Wow.
button on your steam control and it runs the shower features. We have other features called a SpaNet hub that runs other systems in the bathroom. So all at a touch of a button now, you can turn a fan on or heated floors or seats or anything, power other parts of the system. It's almost like you see in the Google Homes and those kind of level, but in the bathroom. So
Mm.
I think designers that are thinking about um, the totality of systems makes a bigger impact, I think, for a client to know all these amazing options, and
Yeah.
it makes them even more sophisticated, I think.
Yeah, it just feels like to me like you should know about it, right? Like that you should be the one to bring it into the conversation, that it's an expertise thing. To your point, like however many years ago it was, William, that, your brother knew about it, he knew it from you, but like, the people involved in the build, they didn't value it. They didn't really
Yeah,
understand it.
they
But
didn't
as the
know, and
designer
what
can lead it, right?
exactly. And I think like it's a human trait. Like if we don't know something, we're shy from it.
Yeah.
And when we find out, oh, that is so much easier,
Then I
then
thought, yeah.
why did I think that was going to be hard?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
somebody stuck it in our head that it was hard,
Yeah.
and it was some guy that didn't want to run tile to the ceiling. It was some tile guy, and it was like 2 more feet, buddy, and you were there. It's not that much more. So it's that kind of. I think that's the thing. It's just people are shy to the unknown.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're creatures of habit. I mean, I remember when motorization came into window treatments. I've talked about it before. It's like I didn't want to learn it. I was like, oh, please, can I just retire before I have to do this? Right. But this doesn't sound nearly as complicated. I have to say, I would have been more likely to sell a steam shower to my window treatment person than 15 years ago than a motorized drape. I got to tell you. I'm like, I can't do a motorized drape, but I can sell you a steam shower. Let's go. Okay. Now, is there anything, I'm going to ask you how we find out about it, but is there, like we talked about what exists and what's happening with Mr. Steam. We've talked about the virtual spa tool. We've talked about some of the features and some of the, high-end luxury aspects of it. Are there things coming in the future, or just like, cheat sheet on that, like that a designer should know that would make a difference to them in their business?
Well, I think we recently developed what we call the pathway to steam, which is actually something that designers could download and have, and that's just another tool. But it's all really about making this idea of performance and recovery come to life for designers in how they're doing the spaces. The bathroom's not like a utilitarian place anymore. You know, it's beyond that. So
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that I see. Dawn, I don't know if you have any aspects and thoughts on that.
Yeah, are you referring to more of in the realm of products, new product coming?
I don't know. I'm just sort of like, is there any, I guess more the question is, other than how do they reach out to you and learn more, is there anything that I didn't ask that we need to know, I guess is more what I'm thinking. Is there something that I didn't think of to ask, or something that you guys are thinking, we got to tell them about this?
No, it's as simple as just reaching out to us, and we help you take it from there.
Okay. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to lead them to luannigara.com/Mr. Steam. And that's where they're going to go and, get your pathway to steam, right? And that's where they can do the virtual spa tool, and they can start to read about it. They can also get the dealer locator where they can go and experience the product and see it, the product, and also start to develop their partnership with that local dealer to them, where they can really start to get the support going back and forth, right?
Yeah, I think that's the way that's really going to differentiate a designer.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if they're designing with people's lifestyle in mind, it's going to be much harder for another designer to replicate that.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually embedded in someone's life more,
Yeah.
and just know that we have the systems and the people to help kind of specify and the service in the end after. So, there's to take away any kind of hesitation in the space. Like the tools are simple and it's easy. And I think if they just know it's not as hard as they think. Yeah.
I think that's the big thing that I've learned. I was kidding a moment ago, but not really. Like, I feel like I could go sell one now.
Awesome. Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Get in the steam room with us, as we say.
No, I mean, it just feels so logical and natural. It's not like 5-6 years ago, as I mentioned, when designers and different people from the industry were starting to come on and talk about biophilic design and wellness design. It was like, what? Wait, what? Now it's just like, well, how are you not specifying a steam shower or a sauna in someone's space, right? We didn't talk a lot about that. The sauna does require its own room, but that is also a product a designer can get through Mr. Steam.
Correct.
Yeah.
So right now we have the modular saunas, where I think we have 6 different indoor models and 3 different outdoor models, but we're expanding that. There's more to come this summer, where we'll have the ability to, designer comes and says, I have a room and, this is the room. Can we turn it into a sauna? We'll be able to do that with custom sauna cuts, a full line of sauna heaters if you already have a sauna room and you just need for us to supply the heater to it. Controls, accessories, but it does require a separate space. It's not the existing shower space.
Yeah.
Right. Now, it's interesting because when you described, you might have the existing shower space, but you got to pull the walls out
Oh,
open,
yes,
right?
correct.
But with a sauna, like maybe, my last kid went off to college and I do want to make that a sauna room.
Exactly.
Do I
Oh,
need anything special there?
No, like, we have people that take one of our indoor saunas and put it right into their room. They
exactly.
slide it right into the
A
wall. Like,
walk-in
Move that
closet.
kid's bed right out
yeah,
the door.
exactly. You're done, kid.
No
Uh,
boomeranging back to this house. I need
No,
a sauna.
We have
yeah,
another
no.
interesting product that'll be released this summer as well. It's called the Steam Pod, and that is a really simple add-on where it's a standalone steam shower. So it is
Oh.
separate from your existing shower space. It's 3 by 3 by just under 7, so it could fit
Yeah,
in the
it's a
basement.
one-person
It's
experience.
it's a
Yes.
one-person experience. No plumbing required. No additional electricity
Oh, so you
required.
can.
Comes
Plug
to
it
the
into
house,
your house.
plug it
Yeah.
into a standard outlet, fill up a little container with water, pop it in place, and it hit a button,
Oh.
steams for 60 minutes. When it's done, condensation drips down to the bottom. There's a little drain with a sponge in it. Squeeze the sponge out, and you're done.
So
Go.
it sounds like the perfect solution for the highly motivated, consumer. That's like,
Mhm.
I want this. It is good for my well-being. It is good for my body. And you know what? I'm not ripping my house open. I'm not building
Exactly.
a new house, but I want this darn thing.
Yeah, and it
Right?
also
Yeah.
answers the, hey, we didn't talk about steam in the beginning. Oh, I didn't know that was something I could have.
Hopefully that's not why they
Yeah.
end up with it, right? But it reminds me of I'm sitting in a podcast studio that's 3 feet by 4 feet by
Yeah.
8 feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Imagine now
saying?
if you could just
Perfect.
make it
Now you can
steam
do it in
level.
On
steam.
wheels, and I can move it anywhere
could
I
do
want in the
your-
room.
We could elevate this podcast and make it a steam room for you.
Could you
too.
imagine me
I'm glad we're here.
sweating, getting
Yeah, it might not
healthy
be the
while I'm
greatest friend.
talking?
I don't know how your equipment will hold up in there.
But that's good to know. And so the sauna, I can take any space and make it a sauna. And that like portable steam thing. Say the name again. Don't let me mess
The
it up.
steam pod.
The
Yeah.
steam pod. Okay. That's awesome. I'm glad that a little tidbit came out there because I think
Yeah.
that's important because that, like I said, that's you walk into somebody's house and they're like, oh, we'll have our consultation with you after, our kickboxing session. And then after kickboxing and our consultation, we're going to tennis. Like there are people like that, right? That are
Mhm.
just, but they're not gut renoing. And so
Yeah.
you can say, do you want this steam pod?
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah, I think the steam pod is also something that we're trying to open it up for the masses to be able to have
Okay.
steam. Because you're thinking about it, if you're a renter or you're leasing, you can't go
Yeah.
blasting in and turn your
Yeah, rip everything out.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's not that's an experience where you can get steam, but that's not what we're
It's
talking
not the
about with
same
aroma
quality.
and all the other.
Right. It's,
You can still do those kind of things, but it's a great product for everyone to be able to get introduced to steam and have it in their home. And
Well, and what
Yeah.
I like about that is, somebody listening might say, oh, great, you're going to let all the, normal people get one wherever they
Yeah.
want. But you know what? The more people are talking about the benefits of steam, the more the luxury consumer will
Right.
say, I want it the right way. I
Yeah,
want
and the
it
people
built
that
in.
Exactly.
are doing
Yeah.
it the right way, the thing that we found too, and we talk about this is like, go back to like that marketing phrase we had, which is we transform homes and homeowners is
Mm.
you put a steam room in your home, your home value goes up like 30%.
Oh, wow.
That's like in the realtor Zillow
Yeah,
world, they have
Wow.
these specs. Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot more than I would have thought.
Yeah. So, and then when you look at in real estate and the some of those searches, what people are looking for in homes now, it's one of the higher listed elements that if you have,
Wow.
along with, kitchen things is a steam showers. So.
Wow. It's funny. You just brought me back. I remember in the 70s, my uncle bought a house that had a sauna and a steam in it. And I ended up living with my uncle for about a year after high school, and then lived in the same area as him for another 15 years. And I don't think cumulatively any of us used it one or two times,
Hmm.
because it was what I was saying to you in the beginning. It was like what people have nothing to do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it wasn't like this is part of my wellness. Like, I get up, I do my
Yeah.
exercise, I eat good food.
I think back then
You know what I mean?
it
It
was
was
that
just a
luxury.
luxury, just
Yeah.
like a tchotchke. You know what I
Yeah. It
mean? It
was
was
like,
like,
oh, that's this thing I have, and like nobody else
yeah,
has it, and I'm a
it's
luxury
like
guy. Blah
you
blah. Yeah.
build it into a luxury home and then you
Yeah.
don't use it. It's like
Yeah.
the treadmill that's a coat hanger, right?
Yeah, or it's like, like the old, we used to, scrub the tub and put in a steam shower because the old beautiful, you know, tub that sat there is where you throw, plants in,
Yeah.
You never took a bath,
I
you know?
know.
Well,
I
these
got
days
one of
now
those in my
they've
house too.
made,
Yeah.
A
yeah,
jacuzzi the size of a
jacuzzi
pool.
tubs. Yeah.
It's like, what
You
a
never fill it.
I
Yeah.
know.
You have like orchids living there. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Well, this was awesome. You know what? I had learned a little and I thought I had done a good job, but this really informed me in so many additional ways about not only the value of having steam or sauna in our lives as humans and how it's going to impact us and make us healthier, but also how easy it really is. And that designers need to be thinking about this and specifying this, because I think that it's just another lane where it will increase their revenue, increase the profitability of their projects, but also create value with them, with the consumer, to educate the consumer on the value of steam and sauna. So thank you guys, thank you Dawn, thank you William, so much. I appreciate your being here today.
Thank you, Luann. It's been fun. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. It's been great, Luann. Thank you all. It's just been super fun.
I went into this conversation thinking we were going to talk about steam showers. What we actually talked about was a shift in how clients are thinking about their homes and what that means for you and how you do business. There is a difference between a bathroom that looks beautiful and a bathroom that performs for the person living in it. Steam and sauna are not just elevated spa features anymore. These are for active, health minded clients, and they are truly a part of how they recover, reset, and take care of themselves every single day. And here is the important part for you. These clients are not likely to walk in and ask for a performance and recovery suite. Okay? They're going to ask you for the beautiful bathroom. That is what they're going to ask you for. But your job is to know more than they do. You're the expert in the room, and your job is to be able to show them what is possible. That is the opportunity in this conversation. If you can get fluent in this language, performance and recovery and optimization, the inside out experience of sauna versus the outside in experience of steam, you become the designer who guides clients before they even recognize what they want. This is a different level of service, and it sets you apart in a way that's hard to compete with. And I also want to address the concern that you may be having, which is that steam sounds complicated to specify. William and Dawn were very clear on this. It's not. I mean, I'm not a designer, and I felt like I could do this. I could talk about this. I mean, I spent 100 years going in and out of clients' home, presenting other things, and I was like, you know what? I think I could have done it, right? So the variables that you already manage on every bathroom project, room size, wall materials, electrical, plumbing, are all the same ones that you're going to work with here. Steam adds a few specific decisions, and Mr. Steam has built tools specifically to make those decisions straightforward and easy for you to master. The virtual spa tool is the place to start. It's called the Pathway to Steam because it walks you through the decisions in the exact right order and gives you a complete specification at the end. List price, right? Ready to share with your client or the contractor. This is not a small thing. What holds many of us back when we do a new thing and when we learn about the new thing and know we should present it to the client, it's usually not our interest in it. It's usually not that we don't think it'll be good for them. it's more about we're not sure, we're not on our feet. How many times have I told you that I got out of window treatments just in time before this whole motorization, trend hit? And now the complication of motorized window treatments, our team at Window Works is fluent in it, but I get that little, can I do it? But you can, right? So if you head over to luannniagara.com/MrSteam, you will find a virtual spa tool, the performance and recovery guide, and you can use these. You can share that guide with your clients and read about the technical aspects of it, and then make a connection to a showroom near you that handles it. Okay, I really think you need to do this, my friends. I think you need to do it. I think more clients than you realize would say yes to this if you had the expertise to suggest it to them. And you know what? If you're listening to this show, you are at the top of the industry. You are the designer who wants to do better, wants to show up better for yourself and your clients. And I just love this added revenue stream for you. That's my, honest feeling on it. So thank you to William and Dawn for a genuinely unexpected turn in the conversation. I walked away thinking differently about what a bathroom could be, and I have a feeling that you may have too. So thank you for showing up today. I appreciate that you do. And make sure you head over to luannniagara.com/MrSteam. Decide to be excellent. Thank you for joining me today. This podcast is a production of Luann Niagara Inc. If you want to know more about me, my books, or Luann University, go to luannniagara.com. And if you are interested in having Window Works help you with your next window treatment or awning project in the New York, New Jersey metro area, go to windowworksnj.com to learn more. Have an excellent day.